All opinions expressed on this presentation are of the individuals themselves. This is for adults only and may contain discussions likely to offend. Bald Statements, starring Rob Lewis, Gary Redfern, and Will Atkins. Episode 20, Bat Out of Hell.
Hello! Welcome to another...
Hang on, I'm eating a Pringle.
Oh, God.
Hang on.
While the fags are on the table, we're going to be discussing health.
This is another episode of Bald Statements.
Hello, people.
I'm Rob.
I'm Gary.
I'm William.
This is fucking William shit. No other times you refer yourself as William.
That's my name. Sometimes I might...
My name's Robert, but I don't say I'm Robert on this.
But you've got the ability to do so. You've got the free speech to do it. Why does it offend you?
Yeah, because I have free speech, because we're not censored.
At least we have different choices of our names. Gary is just Gary.
I'm Gal.
Gal.
Legend.
Gal. Gal's just
Fucking
Welsh
stud.
for girl, isn't it? Fucking stud. Not even your own wife would call you that.
She calls me a lot sexier things than that.
Oh, do tell. Spill the beans.
Yeah, go on, what did she call?
I'm glad you rustled that in front of the fucking microphone.
That wasn't me that rustled that initially. It was him that rustled it up.
I tied it into a knot and put it over there.
You
so
know,
it wouldn't
you carry this on,
distract.
Gal. We're going to see a example of bad health.
We're here to discuss health and medicine.
Health and medicine, alright, yeah, cool. Health and medicine. I used to love cowpole as a kid. Loved it. If I could open that up, I'll tell you that
That
right
might
now.
have explained a few things, actually.
I used to love it. I think cowpole is bullshit. You should not be able to have cowpole, should not be as tasty. For a paracetamol, I remember trying to break into it as a kid. I couldn't, I was only about 3 at the time. I love the taste of cowpole. I'd love to be ill. I'd down cowpole. It's my favourite drink.
I always tell my kids, if medicine tastes nice, it doesn't work.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah. But that's more of a myth.
You don't know, do you?
Anyway,
It's like one of your facts that come out from every episode.
why
That's fact, ladies and gentlemen. If it doesn't taste nice, it works.
But they can double check their facts, and when they realise their facts,
It's a shame you never do.
Yeah.
I don't need to half the time because I know their facts. It's just for clarification.
They're
But yeah.
factually incorrect a lot.
Yeah, but no, saying that now, that's like the old I after E, but except before C. It's just all a myth.
The way you said it is.
What the fuck's that got to do with medicine?
You're so
So we're talking about health.
Yeah.
Obesity is a big thing. No pun intended.
oh, you beat me to.
Oh, that was your highlight of today.
Yeah,
Wasn't it?
yeah,
How's it going to be? Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say, since I reduced drastically how many removals I do a year, my weight has increased. Gary, what would you say? Be honest. Not about my weight.
Yeah, I agree. No, yeah, I have.
Gary would say boing.
Yeah, I've filled out
And Will is a heavy smoker.
Yep.
with a chin coming on.
So who's going to die first?
Could be anyone. Any one of us could get out there and hit
Without
by us.
accidental death.
Oh, without accidental death. Gary, if he carries on.
I smoked for 17 years. Gave up 12 years ago.
Do you know,
But I am overweight.
it
Gary,
fucks,
you've never really smoked, have you?
it fucks me off, this topic. No, in terms of like, who's going to die first and all that shit.
As
'cause
opposed to
you
all the
know,
other
it's like-
subjects that you...
Yeah, that I'm all calm about. Yeah, no, it does fuck me off because it is made to be like, I would much rather eat what I want, drink what I want, smoke what I want, and die when I'm 60. Because I ain't going to give a shit when
You
I'm
might
dead.
not make 60.
No, I know I might. If I die when I'm 50, I'm not going to wake up and be, oh, fucking hell, I died too early, am I? I'm going to be not knowing. I'd rather live the life like that than rather have, I've squeezed in an
But
extra...
you would be in heaven looking down and see.
Do you wear a
your
seatbelt?
mistakes.
Yes, I do, yes.
What did you say?
I do wear a seatbelt, yes.
Ah.
But with...
Only because it's law, no doubt.
Yeah, of course.
But if it weren't law, you wouldn't.
I like that extra element of security, but...
Answer
yeah,
the question.
I probably still would now, because if they suddenly brought it in
Just
now...
yes or no, mate.
If
I
they
don't know
brought...
why we're
No,
going
no,
there,
no.
so just yes
Now
or
I
would-
would out of habit, yes. I would
Have you
out
got
of
a
habit.
pension?
No.
Right.
But I'd much rather live till I'm 65 and having a good life rather than get an extra 10, 15 years of, I've ate everything that I didn't want to eat and I've done all the stuff that I didn't want to do and I'm going to get an extra 10 years of people wiping my arse in a home while I forget what my own name
Not
is.
necessarily how it goes.
No, but if it's the whole thing with the
And
health.
I'm not saying you're wrong either. I'm not arguing with you on
Health-
this. I'm just saying it's not...
While it's important to be healthy,
It's just the way he talks.
It's more important.
Can't help it.
It's more important to be yourself. If you like to eat something, yes, you can be sensible in moderation. If you ain't going to sit there all the time, make stuff that makes you sick all the time because you're not going to want to enjoy being sick. But if you can get away with some fry-ups, some fags, couple of drinks, Don't have to worry about so much about exercise and shit
Phones
like
on
that.
silent.
Yeah, that's one.
That shit will get you killed.
This is a professional fucking podcast.
You've got a table there that you can bang.
I'm leaning on it. But
So I gave you that table, your own fucking table,
look,
so you can stop banging things on this table where the microphones are.
But no, as I say, it should be. It's not a bag. I'd much rather, if I die when I'm 60, but I've been able to do what I want, then that's fine, because on the second...
But your last 2 years of you, so 58, 59, 60,
Yeah,
could be horrendously bad.
they could be, but they could be horrendously bad for a healthy person.
Yeah, but you'll
be in your 50s.
Yeah, but
like
you're getting the odds are stacking up against you for having all these fry-ups and fags.
100% they are, but at the end of the day...
But he's not obese.
You
You're not.
only once. And you make a very good point here. Obesity...
Of course I do, usually do.
Fucks me off, because people make out like it's something... Oh, they're obese, you can't say that, it's not their fault. They are. If you're fat and you're obese, 99% of the time, it's because either
If you're
you're
fat
lazy
and obese, it's the same
or
thing, isn't
you
it?
eat too much. Don't make out that it's some sort of, oh no, they can't help it. No, they can. You see these fucking little kids who are about 9 or 10 running around and they're like 15 stone. Stop feeding them fucking McDonald's. And when their mums come out of the McDonald's, like fucking, it'll look like they've just eaten all the fucking stuff. And they go, oh, no, I'm not fat. I've got a high metabolism or some shit like that. And you think, stop
might
making
have.
up that. Fuck off with this
But that
shit.
might
It's
not be the result.
But either way, it fucks me out. And it's like, oh no, fucking hell. If you don't want to be fat or obese, stop eating and exercise more. It's that simple. If you don't want to be, I could be fat and obese. When I used to work in an office, I'd still have a drink, but I'd put on loads of weight quickly. And then when I started working in the physical game, I started to lose it. Yes, I drink a bit less than that, but I do it to a sensible level. I smoke.
You can't drink.
Really, I've got videos of us both, ironically, of you saying how pissed I am to your good.
Yeah, but I drank fuckloads. You drank like...
We'd had the same amount.
Rubbish.
And you'd go, look how pissed he is, we. Yeah, I remember that. But no, health, I
I
think...
don't know what just happened there.
Health is important as to demonstrate sort of an example of good health and that to your kids and that, but it's more important to enjoy your life. You only live the once, and as Bert and I were actually saying earlier, we're on this planet for such an insignificant period of time compared to space and where we live. That really, who the fuck gives? If you don't want to eat cabbage, don't eat fucking
Would you
cabbage.
say that if one of your daughters wanted to do heroin because she enjoyed it and it made her happy?
No, not with drugs, because that has the snowball effect of completely destroying the life and anything you want to build in life.
Would you let your children smoke?
I'd ideally not have them smoke, but at the end of the day, I'm
Yes
not
or
going
no?
to.
Fucking hell, you're like a politician. Would you let your children smoke?
He wouldn't be able to stop them,
I
would he?
wouldn't be able to stop them, and that, but I'd hope they make their own decisions and make.
Why wouldn't
wise
you let them
ones.
smoke?
Well, in an ideal world, I wouldn't want them to smoke.
Why?
Because you're
Why?
either half smoke, I can't remember.
No, she's given up. But
Why wouldn't you want them to smoke?
because of the expense it would cost them. It would cost them about £200 a week.
Well, if they could
Buy
afford
It'd
it.
cost you half of that, probably.
It cost me significantly less. Yeah.
Why?
Because there are lots of different places to get tobacco.
Oh, you shop around here?
Yeah, exactly that.
Right.
But no, that would be my. But if one of them smoked,
Just the expense.
100%. If they want to smoke, I'd be like, fuck's sake, you're gonna ruin your teeth and whatever. But it's your life. You do that regard. But it would fuck me off that the fact that such a young age they were committed to such a financial outlay of a waste of money.
What if
When
they
I-
wanted to do bungee jumping, skydiving, a really dangerous potholing, a really dangerous thing?
knock themselves out?
Fuck potholing.
Knock themselves out if they wanted to do that. I've always tried to encourage them to do fun stuff.
Bert wants you to stop smoking because you leave all your paraphernalia everywhere and fuck off home.
Dog
It's
ends
the
are
only time in your
outside.
life you ever get to say the word paraphernalia is here, isn't it?
No, I use it all the time.
But yeah, no, I wouldn't. If they smoke, ideally, I'd never want them to smoke. But when I started smoking, it was about £1.80 for a pack of 20. So in the financial sense, if smoking now was rather than £12 for a pack of 20 cigarettes, if it
Is that
cost,
what it is?
yeah, about £12 a pack now. If it was about
How the fuck would Vinny cope?
exactly that, but if it was £2,
His mortgage.
if they were spending £2 a day on smoking, similar to what I was, and they smoked, yeah, well, I'd rather you didn't. But if you smoke, I'm not going to break your balls about it. But for £12, it'd been £12 a pack a day at the time. I'd have been no, not that. The financial outlay is ridiculous, and it's never going to go down. It's always going to keep increasing. So that would be my biggest disappointment. That rather than be able to save up and progress something with themselves, they've got such a hindrance over their lives already from an early standpoint. Probably going to follow them all throughout their lives. So no, I wouldn't.
Vaccines.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on vaccines in general? Not COVID ones.
If yeah, why not?
Why not? Yeah. Vaccines are medically proven to be one of the safest preventative measures against diseases.
What I don't want to do is be able to track me where I'm going.
That's an ankle tag.
Please don't go down that road, Gal.
I'm just saying. I'm just wondering sometimes what they put in these vaccines.
Well, you can look at the ingredients.
You mean like one of the little microchip things?
Yeah.
Where you can have like when they were putting up with the 5G masks.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was unlikely that they were going to
Oh, you don't know, do you?
No. Yeah, you do.
No, I mean,
You've got a large dog?
Yes.
Yeah? Is it chipped?
Yes.
Do you know how big the chip is?
Yes.
it's minuscule.
It's on his shoulder. It's on his shoulder. You got a chip on his shoulder.
Jesus.
Fucking hell.
It's fairly big, isn't it?
I don't know.
And all that can do is a vet can scan it and it will tell you your name, address, contacts and relative medical history.
But they can, as things.
It can't be tracked, it can't tell you what to think, it can't make you vote.
But they can with new technology. They can reduce
No, but
tracking
apparently the
standards
X
and all
Factor
that
can make you vote.
Yes, the X Factor can make
I never
you
said
vote.
that whatsoever. You took it from that. I can't help that. That's the tracking device in your arm telling you what to think.
All there is in the vaccines, any vaccine, is what it says there is, just various chemicals. There is no chip.
You know he's getting angry when he puts his hand above his head.
Yeah, it's more relaxed actually.
It's not.
There's
tense.
no chip in any vaccine given to you.
That's been found.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you can add that if you want, but
I-
it still doesn't take anything away from my statement.
I don't know, yeah. It's possible, Glenn.
I think they draw power from the phone in your back pocket.
With the
That's how
masks.
they energise it, yeah.
That's what they were
Oh,
just
now
for
I
the
see
mask.
what we're doing.
Jesus Christ, that took some time.
He was being a bit perilous about it. Wasn't
I was running out of things to say.
Very good.
No, vaccines, yeah, if they work as a whole in the
If
population.
they told me I need a vaccine because this is coming, or the flu vaccine, or whatever, I'd have it.
I've got my flu jab booked.
Have you?
About 3 weeks away, yeah.
I think you can still have a good life and live relatively healthy. If I have veg, I want to eat veg. I'll have the vaccines where the vaccines are needed. Or
We've gone back 10 minutes.
No. Vaccines.
So he keeps his time.
I'll have the vaccines.
And his opinions.
I'll have, a vaccine if they're needed and stuff.
Well, you only had a vaccine to go on holiday with COVID.
Because it was needed.
Because it was needed.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't to help humanity,
No.
his fellow
No.
citizens. It was simply so we could go on holiday.
No, 100%. I will say that. COVID, 100% should have just let half them die. That would have been the best thing. Absolute fucking worst thing this country ever done was cripple the economy in that way. It's a bad flu. There are going to be people dying. There's going to be
It's
someone...
not a flu.
There was someone get hit by a bus on who would get COVID on the 2nd of whatever month it was, and on the 30th they'd get hit by a bus and die. Their death was attributed to COVID. With the
Absolute
COVID,
bollocks.
It wasn't bollocks at all. They were, if someone had that, it's not bollocks. If someone had some symptoms in the first year of COVID,
No
matter
doctor or
the
coroner would put that on a death certificate.
They did have it as COVID
They would
related.
list they had COVID.
related.
They would list that they had COVID. They would not attribute
That's-
COVID as the cause of
No,
death.
no,
when the
if
news
they were
was
hit
on-
by
when
a
it
bus.
comes
No,
on,
when the
if you
news was on,
listen,
it said how many
it
people had
wasn't-
died.
yeah.
Shut up, I'm talking.
No, no.
And it said
Yeah.
in the last 30, they had
Died with COVID.
They had
No.
contracted
difference. But
that would not be
COVID
on
in the
the
last
death
30
They would
days.
have, and it was saying it wasn't a death by COVID, but COVID-related deaths
No,
had it all under that.
I'll take
blanket.
that, but it wouldn't.
Yeah.
There wouldn't be. An individual wouldn't have that.
You can't cripple an economy the way that we crippled ours. That's it. Simple as. If that happens again,
Well, they did.
fight or flight. I know they did, but
Well, your
they
sentence
can't.
doesn't make sense. You can't cripple an economy the way we did ours.
I know. In hindsight, they should have not.
Well,
done
that is a
So-
wonderful thing.
it. yeah.
So they did cripple an economy, so they could, they can.
Yeah, but they shouldn't have.
They did.
No,
They
so
shouldn't
you
have.
used the wrong words.
They shouldn't have.
I can edit this shit out. And I could just put fucking pictures of you. But that,
Yeah, but no, they. I would have let the once it was seen where it was at and it wasn't as deadly And so, as everyone thought...
It's deadly for some people.
For some, but anything's deadly for some people. Peanut butter's deadly for some people. And while it can be spread with the flu, and the flu, it can be a bad killer itself and that, I think you should not risk an economy. And all the youngsters are going to have to be pound generation for something that wasn't entirely as severe.
But the vaccine didn't risk the economy. In fact, it was the opposite. The vaccine was administered to get people back to work. And
I didn't say the vaccine.
well, we were talking about vaccines.
I know, but I didn't say the vaccine was thinking the vaccine. I can understand why they brought it out and people want to
But
have
we're
the
talking about
vaccine.
vaccines, so
waste of time having
because
a
you
headache.
turned off, that doesn't mean you took us with you. You didn't make that clear.
But no, COVID, they should have just let it run.
Well, they kind of have now.
They have, yeah.
Oh, they have
There's
now.
different variants now, aren't they?
Yeah.
They're talking about putting COVID jabs in with flu jabs for old people, aren't they?
Yeah.
But
But you get all these...
Everyone always goes quiet when I say something right.
Because we're just processing it. You get all these conspidiots on social media talking about...
Conspidiots.
Conspidiots is a
Oh,
word I
nice.
invented.
Yeah, no, I like that.
spell it.
I invented that one, so... you get these conspidiots online and they're all talking about, oh, fucking endless boosters, because they have this sort of straw man argument that people are just queuing up for a new booster every month. You try booking another one under 65. You can't get one.
Yeah.
So all this crap about they're just giving out boosters, it's bollocks. You cannot get one. I've looked into it more than once. Since my third, I've not been able to get a fourth. Whether I wanted one or not, I was just curious as to whether you could.
I wasn't keen on having a vaccine so quickly pumped into my body when it hadn't gone through all the rigorous testing that normal vaccines do, and it had been rushed through. It hadn't.
Rigorous testing?
It had.
Rigorous. It hadn't.
It
Normally,
had.
the
It
amount
had.
of testing times it will take for any vaccine is normally between 2 and 5 years. This was distributed, released, and put out there on the market within 8 months.
Shows what we can do if
They
we try.
did the tests.
They did some of the
concurrently.
tests. They did some of the tests. They didn't do
They
all
did the tests concurrently.
Didn't do all the tests. That's why when
And-
afterwards it was coming out with side effects and,
And
risk of
because
side effects.
it was a global thing, they skipped. They fast tracked a lot of it, and those kind of things.
But they didn't do
They
with the
did
long-term
all
side
of the
effects.
tests.
They didn't. They had a maximum of 8 months to see it. A
It
lot of
was
people when they're worried
also
about pregnancy,
based
isn't it?
on an existing.
Yes, it was based on an existing
vaccine.
one, but at the end of the day,
All they did was tweak it ever so slightly,
and that tweak could be the difference between you waking up and your cock falling off and whatever. I'm just saying.
but it wasn't.
I know what it wasn't, but I'd much rather if someone's going to put something in my body, a vaccine, before Gary comes out with some joke about having it thoroughly.
But you
tested.
do smoke.
Yes, I do. Smoke.
You don't know what's in that.
I've got a rough idea, and I know most of it's all bad for you and stuff. But you're quite right. There are some bits and pieces that I don't. But that's my risk to take.
When you eat
It
somewhere,
was your
you
risk to
don't.
take the vaccine, but you had to go on
No,
holiday.
on holiday, exactly that. But if someone come up to me and said you can go on holiday if you smoke this, I'm probably going to be well, what is it? What is it for?
Depends how
Cigarettes,
pissed you are,
I'm
I
familiar
suppose.
with it. Well, no, I'm not going to try anything. I think that you've got to know what you're putting in your body.
Well, yes, to a degree, but we're also not scientists, so we're not informed enough to know what every single ingredient of a medicine does. If you, how often do you check the ingredients of Calpol?
Oh, there'd be side effects on that. There'd be a fucking endless list of side effects for every sort of medicine you ever take
Yeah.
in your life.
And we're not equipped or trained or educated enough to read those ingredients and know what it all means.
I had
So
a-
that's when you trust your medical professionals.
But again, it's
because
only on
that's their
certain
job.
people. When I was 10, I had some penicillin given to me, and I'd had penicillin before, and they gave me a certain type of penicillin, and within about 6 hours, all the skin on my hands had peeled off. In 6 hours, and I was rushed to hospital. Or what the fuck would
I
happen?
know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
Can we find out what that is?
Yeah.
So we can dip it in his coffee?
Yeah. But all the skin on my hands had come off, and it turned out that there
How
was
old
some
were you?
reaction with it. I was about 10.
Were you...
No.
No? So
And even if I was,
it
I
wasn't
wouldn't have been able to
overuse?
for a while. No, it wasn't.
No.
No. But and I think that had been.
That was about the same time he started playing with acid. Correlation and causation.
Oh, I like that. Yeah.
That's good.
Correlation because I love it. When you're doing your gas safety certificate,
Why?
just trying to figure out how much you think is humour and how much is going to be sensible. But yeah, no, I think What's your views on health then, Bert?
That's such a broad question.
Well, you must like it.
I like health. Yeah. I like everyone to be healthy.
You're a fan of it.
Yeah, I'm a fan of health generally. Yeah. Yeah.
NHS fucked.
Fucked.
Going.
Repairable.
Should be gone.
I don't think there's only so much money you can keep
You
throwing
want
at
it to go? You want it to be like America?
Yep.
Fucking hell.
There we go. That's a subject for another day.
That is
will be, yeah. But yeah, I would scrap the NHS in this country.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, there you go. And that's dead serious as well. I'd scrap the NHS.
Millions of people would die.
Yep. Scrap the NHS for the long-term benefit. I'm not just saying it's like it's a whim, 100% with all the information. And there are plenty of people that disagree with me, but there'll be people that agree with me. But yes, I think the NHS is such a drain on this country. And
Because it's been handled or in theory?
Arguably both.
If you could wave a magic wand,
yes,
wipe off any existing debt or anything like that, and
Yes.
start the NHS from scratch, is it a good idea?
there are
To have
elements
free
of it.
medical
Yes,
care
of course, it's a good
At,
idea.
at the point of use.
Yes, it is a good idea, but
Right.
where through mismanagement and also through the way ultimately it's been built up, there's so many flaws in it that it's almost like trying to play.
So I've something. If a light bulb goes, they've got to get someone in to change
Yeah.
a light bulb.
I've done NHS removals over the years, and the crap they waste,
Yeah.
the money they waste. But it's not to say that I don't want the NHS, but it does need to be handled better. But I certainly wouldn't get rid of it. I would put someone else. I'd send a team in there to sort the fuck out of it.
I see it at the stage where I would completely break it down so almost you'd have to go through an American style insurance for 5 years and then rebuild something
Jesus.
that would be...
Because it works so well there.
No. It wouldn't be the full-time thing. Rebuild something what the NHS was initially meant to be. But the thing is, where it's at now, it's so fucked up and so... the foundations of it, everything's corroded with the NHS. It's shocking. You need to completely get rid of that and build up a new system.
Do you have
offering healthcare?
private healthcare?
No, I don't know.
NHS.
So how can you say
NHS
make a
too.
statement like that but not have?
Because
Please don't knock the table.
Because
I haven't had to say that yet.
yeah, no.
It's only a matter of time.
Because I can, even like I say, it would affect me directly. I think for the benefit of the country, the way it is at the moment, it will keep draining and keep draining and keep draining. It needs to be scrapped. Like you say, the regulation of it needs to be shit hot from the very first.
Yeah, I
brick
agree.
that is
Same as
laid down.
education and all that kind of stuff.
See,
Yeah.
the Minister for Health, Health, whatever you want to call him, he's
Who is it now?
Well, exactly, that's my point.
not Grant Shapps, is it?
Someone's going to do something, he's going to have a fucking cabinet reshuffle, and then the bloke who was in charge of defence is then going to come in and run the NHS.
Yes.
And then he's going to run that for a year, then some other scandal or something's going to happen, then they're going to change it to that one. So they've all got their each individual ideas.
Yeah.
And the amount of money that it's cost them to put that person's ideas
Steve
into place,
Barclay.
and then that idea, and then that idea, and then that idea. And then if Labour get in, they're going to fucking want to change everything for
Yeah.
change's sake. Because they have to be different.
And then,
And it's more money piling.
The amount of money is not being invested. Every penny that goes into the NHS at the moment is keeping it afloat. There is no money that's going into the NHS which is actually developing it to make it, whether it's financially productive or financially less of a cost burden on us. Everything, whether they're giving record numbers now to the NHS, and it is literally just keeping it going. You've got to let it sink and build up one that has a chance of
I
self-sustaining.
know what you mean. I don't agree, but I get what you're saying. It does need a complete shake-up, but I don't think you should close it to do that. You just have to. It's a gradual process, but someone has to go in there and start sacking people.
With the way we do
where
things.
the money.
A few of the managers.
It's not
or
the
whatever.
nurses. It's not the doctors. It's the
agreed.
people up fucking top.
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
every fucker's on strike.
But-
the people in the offices aren't on fucking strike.
But as Gal said, and I didn't think I'd say this ever, but he makes a valid point that when it comes in, because of the way we do things with democracy in this country, the second that a new parliament or a new government comes in, it will be chopped and changed once a year. And you need to have, ultimately with the NHS, you need to have a whole agreement with all the government
A
cross-party agreement
for
I think you'll
about
find.
for about almost 30 years.
I'd say, yeah, 30, 50
irregardless,
years.
that's what you need, and this is regardless of policies. That's how it would work.
Irregardless.
Regardless.
Irregardless, yeah. Irregardless of any conflicts or anything like that, I think that's the only way to tackle it. Because at the moment, every year they need more money, which is right. I'm not denying it, but because, as you say, where it's been wasted. But it's going to get to the stage where if it bursts on its own, then there will be loads of deaths and there'll be no chance of building something else.
When Trump was president and Boris was in, and there was talk about doing trade deals, and they were going to say Trump was going to buy the NHS or something.
That's
no. But what would he have bought?
He could have
different
put money in
departments.
Then how would that work?
I don't know. But
Because when he said, "Oh yeah, I'm not going to get rid of sell our NHS, get rid of our NHS," but what? How can you split it up? Especially to America. What?
Do you know? I don't like to comment on things that I don't know a lot about, so I wouldn't know how that is. To be honest, I wouldn't know how they'd have done.
Well, next week it'll just be me and Bert.
20 episodes.
Yeah, but no, I think that's what the only way that I could feasibly see it would be to let it completely collapse and burn. You'd have to bring in a stopgap, and the only stopgap which make any sort of sense would be an American-style insurance system. And I'm not saying it's fair. I'm saying it's the only one to have 5 years to just, and that's not to say that after 5 years be up and running. 5 years just to put the plans in place where it's a cross-party policy where this is how we're going to work. And as Bert said, you would need proper managers, almost like, when you are with your own business, you oversee it. People who are in charge of that department and finances, rather than just, I'll get old mate to come in and paint the walls, but I've got my mate that I can do it, I can pay him 10 grand, who actually got to be financially liable, or not liable, that's probably the wrong word, but financially responsible enough where they can have it, okay, we need to do the best deal. And work that from the way out. But at the moment, I've heard what some of the overtime doctors and that get called in, and some of the bank workers, and the money is scary. It'd make you put me off wanting to be a lawyer, and I'd rather go do that from a financial point of view. And I'm not just talking about like doctors, I'm talking about other people and that can come in. The money that the NHS throw away.
Did you say lawyer?
Is obscene. If I was going to become a lawyer and I got offered a chance of a law firm.
Oh, right, sorry.
Yeah, because the money is not too dissimilar when you're talking about some of the hourly rates, which are crazy. And like I said, I'm not slating any of the doctors.
Almost as much as plumbers.
Yeah. Nice shoes. But yeah, and that's what I feel. So I would get rid of the NHS. And like I said, it wouldn't be easy, but for the long-term benefit. But realistically, it's never going to happen. The thing that will probably happen is within 40 years, either the NHS will be part sold off, part privatised, or will have completely gone bust, and we'll be having to do something again in the country. Without the NHS, that is this country's sort of flagship, what it has left.
It's the only thing the government has got, isn't it? Because they've sold everything. They've sold everything. They've sold the trains, utilities, blah, 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 blah. They've got the NHS.
It's their one ace.
Yeah.
Without that, they're left with a Jack 10. So yeah, that's pretty much
You shut your eyes when I said that.
No, I didn't know. I was agreeing with you.
That's why I look so
But
depressed.
if I shut my eyes, he was in agreement. Then it's sad that that's what it's come to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's my point. Yeah, so that's what I would do with the NHS. But I think.
I don't think you can. I don't think you can make it private. There's so many people who couldn't afford it.
No, but it would
Just
have to be
look at what it's like to try and get a dentist.
Mm-hmm. What for a start I'd do, regardless, and if you're
an NHS dentist as well.
Yeah, if you're under 18, I don't think it should obviously apply. But I think that anyone over the ages of 18, doctor's appointments, you've got to pay 40 quid. Hospital appointments, you have to pay a token sort of fee, because I think a lot.
That's
of
what
the time
national insurance is, isn't it?
It's a contribution to what. It's not ultimately doing that. While it is.
You watch the Saw films.
I've watched some films, yeah.
It's in Saw 6. He makes the point where in the Far East, you pay your doctors when you're well.
Yeah, when you're that's
not when you're ill.
Yeah, that's the point. But I guess
that's how it should be with the national insurance. If you get ill, you should stop paying your fucking national insurance until you're better, and then
they've done their job.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I think though, again, I mean, then you open up a minefield, because then, for example, you get a 20-year-old that finds out where they've got testicular cancer or breast cancer or something like that, and the prices go through the roof. So again, there'd have to be limit whether insurance is in place or things. But obviously, some diseases and illnesses, it's never going to be fair with health. Health is never going to be fair when you're talking about someone.
You've got to root out the holiday.
Yeah, you got to.
There's a term in it they call it. I don't forget.
The people that go, I feel a bit sad. I'm going to go down to the doctors, or my back's a bit
Oh
sore.
no, they come from abroad to use the NHS, then fuck off back home.
You're talking about two different things, you two.
I would.
I'm talking about my thing.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking
yeah,
about.
I know what you're talking about. You're talking about your immigrants coming over here and
And
things.
not so much immigrants, but
Will agree with you, I think. Yeah, it's not necessarily immigrants. It's just people coming over to use
holiday.
So
I don't
it's-
know.
But on the flip side, again, it's the way we make. If we lived in France, and to be honest now, and I mean no disrespect to the French, but barring the south,
but he's
your country
This
is
is a jump cut now because I'm counting this bit out.
yeah, your country's a fucking shithole. Paris is the biggest fucking
No
shithole
offence.
going. No, it really is France. And why there's this myth, it's beautiful. It's not. France is a shit. France is Bradford with the sun. But if you're in France and you've got to pay to go over there for healthcare, or you can get the ferry over here with a broken leg, what are you going to do? Just get the ferry over with a broken leg, wouldn't you? Pay you 60 quid, come and do it. So it's more of the appeal. It's more of the appeal. But again, that
I would
comes from
imagine
our-
that specific answer example would be outside.
You go.
You having a shit?
No.
Oh, the way you were walking was like you're gonna.
It's got me wound up. And this is weekend. It's weekend, so
It's a weekend this weekend, is it?
it's a weekend this weekend.
It's Tuesday. We're recording this on a Tuesday.
Crash bang wallop bang.
For free.
Tables there.
Do you want a
want
Pepsi,
table?
Will?
Can I have a Pepsi?
Help yourself, mate.
Cheers.
There's a table over there.
Manners.
I just fancy a cold drink.
You're not gonna drink for a while, go. Do you want one?
Oh no, I'm fine. Thank
Do
you
you want me to
very
get
much.
Just help yourself, mate, if you do.
Is that right? Yeah. Shall I bang the fuck out the table
If
and
you
knock
could.
everything on the way around?
If
Yeah.
you could.
Look, you two can converse while I'm pouring my drink.
If you could walk like a fucking Thunderbirds puppet while you do it, that'd be great.
He used to spit an image of a Thunderbirds puppet.
No, I'm not. Oh, what? No.
Oh god, we're kind of lost.
Processed food.
Will be a topic for 6 weeks' time.
No,
Processed food.
is something to do with health because I was doing some work around
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
a customer's house and various stories of cancer come on. She's had it, blah blah blah. So she thinks there is something in the amount of processed food we now eat that is causing some sort of
Brain malfunction.
cancerous. Or releasing it, or
Right.
because
Yeah,
you don't catch cancer, do you?
I don't know a lot about that, but I wouldn't disagree with that.
It's in you, and
Yeah.
it just
It needs to be triggered.
yeah.
Yeah.
And she's an old girl. I don't know what. Don't know, but she said it could be the processed food, which because we all eat processed food now, don't we?
Yeah.
Sausages.
I don't believe if it's sort of conspiracy towards eating that, or they give us cancer, or they put things in the food where we can get.
Well, it
cancer,
could be
but
it could be a
cancer.
chemical that they put in an E number or something that because
With intent, or
there are a lot of people now with cancer, whether they're diagnosing it early and treating it early or whatever. But it's just
Making strides with
Pretty-
cancer,
pretty
making
shit.
strides with cancer, but I think to say with processed food and that, I think, like you say, most food now, I think even with, the Muppets that fucking don't eat, vegans and stuff like that.
waiting for the burp. You carry on.
No, vegans, when they done it, you've seen a few of them recently dying early and catching cancer and things like that. But they want to act like a tree. No one's really going to miss them. But in general, I think processed foods.
What?
You gotta have.
What just happened there?
What do you mean?
Your last 3 or 4 sentences.
Vegans. Fuck that. They go on about, I'm not going to eat meat, I'm not going to eat this, I'm not going to eat anything. And there have been a few that have died in their 30s and 40s recently, have been apparently completely healthy, and they
Most
passed
people
away.
probably
because-
blame it on the vaccine. Really?
It's just crazy. It's just crazy.
I'd like to see something on that.
All right, no worries.
But how is a vegan that makes the decision not to eat meat or dairy or animal products any different to you deciding you don't want to drink Pepsi anymore? It's just them making a lifestyle choice.
I know, but it's not. It's a non-human lifestyle choice. We're meat eaters. We're carnivores. You can't change what we are. Again, I couldn't identify as a teaspoon. No matter how many people want to tell me that legally you can and all this sort of shit, you can't.
You can't.
If you're a vegan,
No one's
you
going
wanna
to tell
eat
you
plants.
that you can.
If you're a tiger, and you're not going to be a tiger and just eat flowers, are you? We're humans. At the end of the day,
you'd eat
humans.
cereal, wouldn't you? You'd eat Frosties.
They're great. Advertising slogan, but no.
Do you just shit wherever you are?
When I shit wherever I am.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Well, if that's what it comes down to, we're all animals, or have you evolved to have a bit of decency when you go for a shit?
Oh, I'll give you that. That's an interesting point. But I'll tell you what I will do.
I do need a toilet.
I will go to the toilet where needed, but if we've been out on a job and there's nowhere to go, I've got no qualms with going in the bush because.
So you wouldn't just go here?
No, because obviously there is a toilet there, so it's convenience. But if I had to, I wouldn't go. Oh my god, there's no way I'm going to do like a normal human being. would. Because I've done it.
I just don't agree with this. I'm a meat eater, you know, but I've got a lot of friends that are vegans, and not one of them has ever given me shit about eating meat. Not once.
But why they? Why?
But meat eaters often dig out vegans for their own choice that doesn't affect the meat eater.
I just think it's pointless. Stop trying to be human
But
beings.
it doesn't affect you.
It's all the grand scope of trying to be. Let's not be men or women anymore.
I
Let's
have
not
to
be
say,
humans
this
anymore.
is what, episode 20 by now?
Yeah.
Almost all of the things... There it was.
He's going to put a timer on there. Oh, fucking hell.
Almost all of the things that you've had an issue with, all the episodes we talked about, are things that don't really affect you. It's someone else's decision about their life. Trans people, vegans. I can't think of a third one off the top of my head, but there have
there you
been.
go.
I can trawl through and put it on.
So, but
it doesn't affect
an
you.
opinion doesn't have to.
Lefties, yeah.
Opinions.
Gay marriage.
You can have opinions on things. You can have opinions on things that don't affect you.
You can have opinions on it, but...
You get too excited.
What's your opinion on the well-being flat? Do you have an opinion on it?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
I have
what's
an
your opinion?
Well, it isn't.
Oh, okay, so that's your opinion. But
I've
why
got
is
a-
it going
I've
to
got
bother
a
you?
fact about that.
Even if it was, why is that going to bother you in the slightest?
But I'm not telling
should you say
people
it's
that
allowed?
they're not allowed.
Oh, okay, the world's flat.
Okay, if that's what you want to believe,
There
you
you
crack
go.
on.
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Is that what
We
you're
don't
gonna
really
say?
choose to believe something, but...
No, that's my point.
But you said earlier, you don't, in a different episode, that you don't want gay people to have a gay marriage.
Oh no, you twisted that a little bit. I said I believe marriage is a tradition between
Yeah.
a man and a woman.
So you don't want...
No, I didn't say I don't want it.
You did.
I said in my opinion, I like to keep some things traditional. But as I said, and it's on record, it doesn't bother me if they do get married. But I'd like them to be able to get married, but have a different name. Oh, I did.
You didn't say it doesn't
Yeah,
bother you.
but that's what it is. So it's not marriage.
Exactly that. So but it was something similar to
Yeah.
marriage.
So
Getting
you
in
don't
front-
want... So you're saying your opinion means someone else has to do what you think.
No, they don't. Have
Even
to,
though
I
what
say.
they do doesn't affect you
No.
in the
He's a
least
dictator, isn't he?
bit. Very much so.
No, my opinion is just that.
He
It's an
wants half the
opinion.
population to die
I'm
of
not gonna-
COVID.
I'm not going to impose it on anyone, but it's my opinion. You're able to form an opinion on something, whether it affects you or not, and back it up with what evidence you see.
See,
fit.
my opinion on stuff like this, if it's not hurting you or anyone else, fucking let people do what they want.
What's your all right? Okay, football tribalism.
It's wanky.
Yeah.
Why is it wanky? It don't affect you. in the
Because
slightest.
it
You don't
cost
go
me.
to football. How did
Your
it cost you?
football tribalism cost me 12 quid today.
How did it cost you 12 quid?
Because I bought him a breakfast and you wouldn't because you had a fucking football t-shirt on of Liverpool.
Alright, you know what, you've won. Yeah, I'll give you that, alright, okay. Apart from that, it doesn't interfere with you, really. That was brilliant. but
But
yeah,
we're also not
it
saying that
doesn't.
people shouldn't do it. We're against it.
No. He said it plenty of times.
There's-
Should be gay, should be banned.
I'll go through this.
Thank you.
No,
and,
not
and
necessarily.
right here, I will post a clip of when Gary said it should be banned.
It's not necessarily here. I'm talking about
There
when
wasn't one.
Okay, there've been plenty. On the trips abroad we used to have, when he had his little
Oh, I
rants.
can't speak on that.
No, but I can, I was there, and he
Right.
can't deny it.
Prove it. You can't prove it, can you?
Can't prove shit, to be fair. But it has been, because you don't even watch all of these,
I do watch clips of them.
but I sit and have to fucking edit. I hear the same things over and over again when I decide which camera angle to use, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I've heard the stuff we've all said multiple times, and almost everything that you've complained about on here has been something that someone else does that doesn't affect you.
It's because I don't know
But you're
that
very
stuff
angry about it.
I'm not angry about it.
You do you get so
Like a
frustrated.
snowflake.
No, I don't. No.
You can't say anything these days without offending anyone.
What do I get offended by? One thing I get offended by.
Trans people.
don't offend me.
Liverpudlians.
Don't offend me.
Scousers, yeah.
No, don't offend me.
Gay marriage.
Don't offend me. Doesn't offend me.
You get
I'll
very,
have opinions on
you're
stuff.
getting very defensive.
Doesn't offend me.
Well, you can have different levels of offence. You can be mildly
I'm just waiting for him
offended.
to do some sort of fucking panelling
You
joke.
can be mildly offended
No,
or
I-
strongly
I-
offended.
I watched some bloke take our garden gate the other day. I just watched him do it. The wife said, "Why?" I said, "I didn't want him to take offence."
That's what I was waiting for. But yeah, no, I think you're allowed to
But yeah, no.
form an opinion. It doesn't have to affect you directly to have an opinion on something.
No, you can have an opinion, but you shouldn't then try and
But you're very
change
opinionated.
people's actions based on your opinion. If it-
I'm not trying to change people. People can do whatever they want. But my opinion.
but you want laws changed and all this.
What laws do I
The
want
only
changed
one
that
that
don't affect
I've really agreed
people?
with you is abortions. We haven't had much to disagree at all on abortions.
No, see? And that doesn't affect me, because I'm not going to have an abortion. But I've formed an opinion on it.
No, but someone you know could.
Yeah, exactly. Someone I know could. I never try and force my views on anyone, whether they share them or they don't want to share them.
Fucking hell!
not a problem.
Once you get something caught in on your fishing line, you do not let it go.
No, I'm not having it.
You don't. You just
Can
keep
you do
going.
that? Should we put all our mics against that
I don't know why you
to
just
make
do
it
it.
even louder?
You are selfish, opinionated, rustling little cunt.
But we love it.
What are you doing?
I'm going to find that message from Sarah where she said, "Oh, from
Oh,
your
for
fuck's
fuck's
sake!" I'm going to find that message from your other half where she says,
Hey, but
It is as well.
Don't be mean.
So I've absolutely got to delete it
"Don't
now.
be mean to Will." I hope you're being nice to him.
Anyway, health.
Yeah, I think we've proved that we haven't really got much else to say on that.
No, I think health is So
And
stay healthy.
And with that, I'm going to have a biscuit and you're going to have a cigarette.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a Pringle.
You're going to have a vape, aren't you?
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Stay
Catch us
safe.
Thank you.
Next time when we're going to be talking about death.
Is it the next one?
I was
And
expecting a joke then, like, what?
That wouldn't be funny.
I know it wouldn't be funny, but it's still sort of thing I'd
That's if you're
expect.
death.
That's a bit of a grim way to end it. Oh, come on, that's the best I could come up with in a short time.
That wasn't even a joke.
It fucking was Grim Reaper's Grim Reaper's
It
death.
wasn't, it's not a joke.
It was funny, I laughed.
It wasn't even formulated like a joke. It was just a sentence
Yeah, alright.
that had a word.
I'll reap what I say. No, I can't feel
No.
I need it. But no, thank you guys. Enjoy all the vegans out there in the world and all the normal
Happily
vegans
married
and
gay
stuff.
people.
Yeah, happy. Be happy.
Liverpudlians.
I'm going to invite a vegan on this show one day.
What's your shit,
Jesus Christ.
No, I thought we'd done that one.
We haven't said goodbye yet.
Shit.
You're a fucking idiot. Cretin. Cretin. Absolute fucking cretin.
It's the bullying bit.
Alright.
Thank you for watching. Stay
Yes,
safe.
thank
See
you.
you soon.
Thank you, yeah. And subscribe.
Love you long time.
Bald Statement starred Rob Lewis, Gary Redfern, and Will Atkins. Recorded at Rob Lewis Music Services Studio in Ipswich, UK. This fantastic theme tune is Rumble by Mojo, edited and produced by Rob Lewis. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and listen again.